my pleasure to be talking with Alice Reed with Lincoln Parks and Recreation Public Gardens section today about everything that we see in these beautiful greenhouses and what it has to do with sunken gardens. So Alice, just exactly what are we looking at? And since we interviewed Rich Finke about what they are doing for sunken gardens, what is this all about?
Well, this is the public garden holding area, and we hold all the plants over, the standards, the bulbs, the banana trees, the grasses, all those temperennials that we hold over that are special for sunken gardens and around the city.
These are rather unusual greenhouses because they're not really a greenhouse. What are the conditions that these plants need to be able to overwinter, whether they are truly tropical or they are the water plants that we see in all of the fish ponds at sunken gardens?
Well, we have held these plants for several years, so we've needed a holding greenhouse forever just to overwinter these plants, so we don't have to buy them every year. So this is a Polytech holding house. The sides go up and down. There's no cooling system per se, just fans and a heating system. So we just keep it at a temperature throughout the winter to hold these plants in a state where they won't freeze. When we're harvesting, as we call it, we bring in a lot of different plants all at once, and we'll start to pare them down a little bit, clean them up, see what's good. And in the meantime, we're working on our designs for next year. So we'll decide on how many centerpieces, where these standards will go, and then we'll work on preparing and propagating those plants for those designs. It's the big plants that are carryover plants, standards, banana trees, the grasses, mother plants, stock plants. And then we'll divide those out through the winter time to the numbers of the plants that we need for our designs. We clean the bulbs up, we shear back all these plants. They come in huge and we reduce them down. We clean the bugs off of them, repot them, and get them ready to go out for next year. And that's what we do in the winter, is work on numbers.
Alice, you carry over a lot of plants from year to year because people love them, like the elephant ears and the bananas.
Yes.
Are there any unusual or special plants that maybe are not in here that we might be seeing in sunken gardens this year?
Well, we have all sorts of surprises in mind. We usually travel around a lot and see other gardens and see what's new and different out there. And then we'll try to bring it back to Lincoln. One thing we had last year was chocolate mimosa trees, which are deciduous, but they're just add new, something we had seen out there. And holding over these nice lantanas in different colors, and daturas, brugmansias, those are all new and different this year.
Alice, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today, and we are really looking forward to what we're going to see in sunken gardens next year.
Thanks for coming over, Kim, and we're glad to show off what we're going to make for next year's gardens to make it beautiful in Lincoln. So thank you for coming over.